Connect, communicate, collaborate. Start now.
Imagine if we all see stammerers as rappers. Wouldn't that be cool? I am a stammerer and I embrace my special style of communication. Life in childhood was beautiful. I used to run, I used to shout, I used to recite poems in my classroom. But then something changed. I mean, everything changed. When I witnessed violence for the first time in my life, I felt wounded. I was numb. I used to sit in a single place for hours without having a single thought. I stopped communicating and started to stammer. My mom couldn't believe that. For her, my tongue was as sharp as a razor blade. How can I be a stammerer? But when someone asked me my name, the words wouldn't come out of my mouth. And when it did, it was into parts and pieces. Puneet. Every single morning, my class fellows used to greet me. Good morning. Now I can laugh about it. But at that time, I completely lost my confidence and self-belief. Years later, in 2018 July, I got a call from a man named Vinayak. He was from TISA, the Indian Stammering Association. He took around 7 minutes to introduce himself, and I was amazed how comfortable he was with his stammering. He invited me to the annual conference of TISA, which I gladly accepted. A week later, when I entered the conference hall, I looked around, and I saw 40 stammerers under a roof. It was cascade of sounds, consonants of music and sounds and everything. Some were talking, some were chatting, some were joking about ourselves and about the non-stammerers who tried so hard but often failed to listen to us. At that moment, I felt liberated. And I was free. And first time I accepted the way I speak. I found myself among my own tribe. So far, I used to avoid each and every opportunity I have to speak with. Chago, so sorry, I cannot do it. So sorry. Just like it, so far, I used to run away from every single opportunity I have to speak with. I remember, it was December 2016. I was talking in my college and I ran away. Literally, I ran away. But not anymore. And we stammerers tend to avoid the thought of stammering itself. Stammerer, who? Me? No. I hesitate sometimes. I'm not a stammerer. Since it is not a visible disability, we can afford to deny it, forget it, and even postpone it. And there are some people who say, take it easy, you're talking too fast. Take it deep breath. You're talking too fast. Go slow. But we have to accept the fact that for some of us, it does have a biological basis. And then there are some speech therapists who, against their knowledge, advertise the word cure, even if they know that it is not treatable. And our own ex-stammerers who declare on the world stage that their stammering have been cured, instead of just saying that they have learned to manage it somehow. These attitudes make us feel like a loser. And then there are those who start claiming that we are intelligent and talented people, Holding on to such comforting beliefs, we live in even deeper denial. Let me tell you, acceptance is not giving up. We should accept our stammering the way we accept our mother tongue or surname. Nothing less, nothing more. And if someone asks you, do you stammer? Just say yes. And you should not feel the urge to rationalize it, justify it, or clarify it any further. Now I want to address non-stammerers. We need more listeners in the society. Those who have little patience and not just assume what we want to say. And we need more spaces in a society where we are allowed to make mistakes and learn how to communicate. Let me take you to my imagination, to my dream center. From a distance, it will look like an old building completely wrecked. But as we go closer, we will see a signboard. Start. As we enter, we will see a cafeteria. Mobiles denied, humans allowed. I can see people enjoying their coffee, sailing through their conversations, confronting each other, and ultimately being open, free, and expressive. Slowly, the participants of the workshop will arrive. They all look excited. Some are confident, some are not. But they all are looking forward to overcome their stage fear. The first one will be Asif. And let me tell you, he's telling us about the most courageous thing he has ever done in his life, to ask his crush out for a date. And he says, can we go for a coffee? He was expecting a no, but she said yes. We all were electrifying, we all were happy. And then comes a little boy with a lisp. He called himself Amir, but only later we will discover that his name is Samir. And then meanwhile, we are playing our favorite game in which we all have a speech specialty. So let me explain you. If you're talking to a stammerer, you have to stammer. And if you're talking to a lisper, you have to lisp. I can see they're having fun. They're saying silly things to each other and ultimately overcoming their barriers to communicate. And self-humor is the best way to gain confidence. And then I will announce that Delhi Metro has been convinced to have stammerers as announcers for one day. And Rajesh will be our first announcer. His childhood dream was to become a RJ, a radio jockey. But he never gathered the courage to go for an audition in his lifetime. But here he is. He's already there on the stage. Let us hear what he wants to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the next station is... Oh, we missed it. This is what it is. Ssstart is there to revive the warmth in human relationship and ease the process of communication by interactive events, workshops, and games. We are working on the methodologies of new way of communication that is simple yet effective, slow yet long-lasting, and professional yet playful. Let's start. Thank you.